I can say a little bit what happens in the Bay Area, right? We have big demand on single family homes all over Bay Area. Condos, townhomes, they're going for sale, and usually condos, townhouse, depending on the cities, right? Majority of them they're going like at asking price, or you can negotiate. So basically, we have this movement of people from like people use the low interest rate, they selling the condos, moving to single family homes. People who used to live in the cities, they want to move to the suburbia with a backyard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have a big demand for single family homes, and of course we don't have enough of single family homes, right? So whatever happens on the market, right? Whatever comes up on the market right now, single families, like yesterday, like 2 days ago, I went to see one home in San Jose, Cambrian area, and it was average home about 1 million. And basically, it was only 2 days on the market, and they got two offers already. So my client hadn't even didn't have a chance to submit, right? So that's what I'm just to explain a little bit on single family homes, right, in
Mm-hmm.
Bay Area. Yes, there is. If you look at the luxury homes, which are going over 1.5, 2 million, right? So you still on these homes, you can negotiate a little bit. Some homes go down in like 100K. You could see like
Mm-hmm.
homes which was priced at 2.5, they go to 2.4, right?
Yes.
But everything which is at 1 million or a little bit above, we still see bids, right? And but it's not crazy bids like in January, right? So you would see sometimes occasionally people will give closer to 100K, but right now it's less from, like it's less and less, but still people overbid on single
Yeah,
family
share
homes.
with us one or two of your recent escrow that just opened and how you got those into escrow.
You mean like on recent ones? I have one in San Jose, right? Like, so we just submitted, it's a condo. We get it. So basically, yeah, I wanted to give a bit of the market value, but
Mm-hmm.
then find out more information from an agent. And I dropped the price a little bit because I saw not much demand,
Oh, you
right? So
you were the listing agent, is that right?
no, 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 no. I'm not listing
Or you're
agent.
the buyer's agent?
Buyer's agent,
You say
yes.
you dropped the price a little bit, so you were successful in getting them to reduce the price, is that right?
I'm always successful in reducing the price.
Wow,
So
needless
yes,
to say,
my
needless to say. Okay. Now, let me
yeah,
ask you
my
this.
goal.
What was your strategy in getting the seller to lower their price in that transaction?
Well, see, before you look at the comparables on the market, right? So let's say you have a unit which sold similar unit at 605, right? And basically you always think, okay, we have to overbid, and you probably will offer 605 or 610, right? Depending on your, like who is your competitor. But
Right.
then I just, like I find out more information, and just I may, like I just talk to the agent honestly, and I say, hey, we're gonna, before I just verbally discuss it with an agent,
See,
and
I
I
see the difference between your situation and Gene Riley's situation. Earlier, Gene Riley was talking about overbid, and you talking about price reduction. So, what is the difference between what's going on in San Diego and what's going on in San Jose? So, in San Jose, are you seeing a shift into the buyer's market now, or is it still pretty much seller's market?
no, no, it's too different. Actually, you could see it on my slides if you could share it.
I
So
can't share it.
basically,
I'm sorry,
no,
but so
it's
we'll
okay.
just have you talk about it.
Yeah, it's okay. So basically, what happens right now, we have a big demand on single families, right? Single families, you can't, like the people on the single families, right? They list the homes at the market value or even above. They expect to get January prices for their homes, right? And they see
Yes.
buyers looking around single families. on the single families, it's hard to negotiate price down right now, right? Because it's a big demand. On the
Yes.
condos, townhomes, yes, you can negotiate because this is a perfect time. Who wants to buy condo or townhouse, right? In San Francisco, for example, right?
Yes.
A lot of townhomes, I mean, like a lot of condos, a lot of TICs, they're
Mm-hmm.
dropping the prices like about 150K. So it's like this is a moment for people who dreamed to move to San Francisco and own a condo. This is a moment for them, right? If you use this very good interest rate and condos dropping in San Francisco like 150K, that's
150K, so the listing price should be around $1 million plus, right?
yeah, so actually, at one property we looked at, so basically the neighbor at one condominium in San Francisco, they purchased a property at 1.3 a year ago, and this year they had to sell. It was a live situation, so they needed to sell. So
Yes.
they sold for 1.1. They lost 200K in a year. So,
Oh
and
my
that's
God.
basically the situation in San Francisco right now. People who have condos, they're moving out to, like suburbia, right? And they basically do move out. And there is like San Francisco is very unusual, like it has a situation like with COVID and like streets and so on. So I think a lot of people who are with families, they just can't stand in condos, right? They just choose to move to suburbia. And plus Airbnb situation too, like people who used to Airbnb for $600 a day, right? They condos, they can't rent it out right now even at 150 or whatever price, right? So they basically put the condos for sale, majority of them, or they just rent in the long term. Basically, yeah. So it's a perfect time for buyers to buy in San Francisco.
Buy condos, but not single family residence,
Condos,
right?
condos specifically.
Because single family residence is pretty much still seller's market in San Francisco, is that right?
Yes, in San Francisco and in the whole Bay Area. You still, like in the market right now, even looking at San Jose, for example, right?
Yes.
You could see sometimes potential, let's say a house price at 1.1,
Yes.
and you would see like a drop, let's say they drop 50K, right? But the problem is this is not a highly desirable house because it's in an area with not good schools or it's close to highway. But the sellers are expecting to get a high price, like in January, right? They know there is a buyers on the market. They know they can, like they can sell, but the expectations are too high for some properties, and that's why you would see some drops.
Yeah.
But if the single family is located in a good area with a good schools, there is no way you can drop the price on single family because I mean they can run like in 2-3 days they can accept offers. They know they can get good offer for a single family right now.
Now,
In a
from
good
what you're
area.
telling us, prices seem to be coming down for condos in San Francisco area.
Yes, yes. So basically you can see if, okay, on my graphs you could see condos, townhouses inventory is rising in San Jose, right? And single families, it's like slightly rising. Basically, condo, that's what happens. Like people just do, like they sell condos and buy. That's what I would do too. Like I would sell my condo and use this interest rate to buy a single family.
Yeah, it makes a
basically.
lot of sense. So, condo, we're seeing an increase in inventory. Is that right?
Yes, increase and still you can get good price on a condo or townhouse in whole Bay Area. You would see this changes. Some condos actually, yes, they drop the prices. I just saw like couple in North San Jose, they just dropped by 15, 10K again.
Wow. Okay. Well, thanks for sharing that. So, where do you see the price trend for single family residence in the San Jose area? Are you still seeing a steady increase at the moment?
That's I wouldn't say it's increase. People still bid on them. But as I said before, they don't bid crazy like 100 and 150 like in January, right? Still, you would see bids. They would go a little bit higher than a listed price,
Yes.
but not a big difference.
Let me ask you this. I spoke to some of our own agents and also agents in other companies. some of these agents are kind of confused at the current market right now. Some people are a little scared because they see there's a huge drop in the closed transactions. So obviously, when there's a huge drop, that means that agents are making less money. Now, I see you and I see Jean Riley who are doing so well. What is it that you guys are doing that cause you to be able to close so many transactions that other agents are not doing? Why do you think that?
No, you mean like why we, I think, uh, first of all, I'm a people's person, right? I love people. I always communicate with people. So, and people just reach out to me, right? They ask, when is good to, basically I'm looking at, like, I'm not just a salesperson, right? Like, I'm
Yes,
basically financial advisor for my clients, right?
yes,
And
yes,
they know I can navigate on the market. I can navigate in the neighborhood. I can basically say if the property is worth that or not, right? Basically, they reaching out to me, and I'm just giving them constantly information, and I'm actually educating people on, like, different subjects. And that's probably why I'm just always active in communities, in events, right? I'm doing webinars, and and I think it's basically, yes. And truly, I think it's a good time to buy. Whoever have some cash
mm-hmm.
and not to use this rate is kind of, yeah, I would use this rate. I actually
Definitely
recently just
all
went.
time low right now. Okay,
Yes.
certainly a lot of renters should be thinking about buying if they can afford to buy at the moment. Take advantage of the lower interest rate. Now, use your last 1 minute to offer some tips and advice to some of our agents that are watching this program today. What would you say to them to help them in their career?
Uh, well, basically you just have, you have to not to be afraid to get out there, right? To communicate with people and try to offer your help, because basically majority of my buyers or sellers, they have no idea what to do, what inspections are, so basically, yes, just educate them, right? Offer your help, or like be on these forums, chats, in the groups. Always, like every time there is some situation, I would see, like, I actually found one recent transaction which I did in Antelope. The buyer was in a contract with a different agent in Antelope, and she got in trouble with the agent, right? So, and she was just in one of the forums, and I just followed up with her and say, what can I help with? What's your problem? So I basically just navigated her through, and then she said, why don't you represent us? Where have
Yes.
you been? And I said, like, well, you didn't reach out to me, right? Basically, constantly, if people are in trouble, I just find out what's the problem, how can I solve it, what can I offer. And even if I'm not, let's say, even if I'm not representing them, right? If I
Yes.
have time, I still will like reply to the message. I still will advise something, right? I'm not just gonna say no, I can't help you because it's
Yes.
not my transaction, right? So, and
Yes.
that's, I think people appreciate it, and just honestly, like, value your response. Be more active. That's what
Do
I
you
would
get the
say.
feeling
And
that
genuine.
this day, do you get the feeling that these days you got leads coming from different directions?
On my side, yes, I'm actually sometimes stopping even prospecting, and they just referral based. People
Oh
know
my
what I'm
God.
doing. I'm actually saving money for my clients. And if like, some people try to negotiate my commission, and I say no, you can go, because like, I know I can bring more value and save more for my clients. So basically, they know what I'm doing, and they're coming to me, right?
Yeah.
It's nice, actually. I love I love
Okay,
it, actually.
one thing I want to share with all of you that are watching today, okay? There are very, very few agents in our company that get away with zero buyer's rebate. Lily is
Yeah.
one of them.
Yes. So
Lily
I
doesn't give rebate, and yet she's getting all of this business. Why do you think that happens? Why is it that buyers or sellers still want to go with you even though you're not giving them rebate? Why do you think that's the case?
I think it's number one is confidence, right? Basically,
Yes.
I know, like I know how to talk to other agents. I know how to push on them, basically, if needed. I know the market value of the property, and I would just, like, um, that's why probably, and honest too, right? When I go to the properties, if I see there is no value in the property with my clients,
Yes.
I always pinpoint the minuses in the property. First thing when I do, I just go in a home and I say, guys, this is not good, this is not good, and this is not good. And I say, I'm sorry being so honest, but that's my opinion. Or sometimes, my clients show me a house with flat roof or converted garage, like about 1 million, and I say, like, I'm sorry, I don't see
All
value
right.
in this, right? Like, let's go and find something without remodeling, but with a normal roof, right? With
Yeah.
a normal garage, but make it like without remodel. Like, basically, I just calculate the numbers, and I always give my honest opinion as I'm
Okay.
buying for myself, right? I'm not here just to sell, I'm here to advise.
Exactly.
That's, yeah.
Okay, Lily, it's been wonderful having you as my guest.